Hi guys, good evening. Hello at the back. Hi. My name's Taz. I'm one of the organisers, and Reza's hanging out at the back over there. Reza, wave. That's Reza. We run London Entrepreneurs Network, and we put this evening together for entrepreneurs and business owners to get together and network. I'll just run through what's going to happen this evening. We're basically going to get 4 guest speakers come and speak to us. We've got John Engel, Director of Engelfin Capital Management. We've got Jose Bort, CEO of Peak Events. And we've got Shweta Jajaria, Senior Coach in Europe's largest business coaching firm. And we've got Olivia Raymond, who does reputation marketing, to give us some inspirational speeches, tell us about their success, tell us about some of the difficulties that they've had, because being an entrepreneur is hard, it's difficult. Being a business person is difficult. But if we share our ideas, share our pain points, share our success with each other, we should do all right. And coming out of this recession, we're the SMEs that are going to actually take the UK out of this dip. And, we want to capitalise on what's going on in the markets and disrupt. I find the word disruption is quite ironic. I thought business was disruption, but in Tech City, disruption seems to be touted out left, right and centre. Could I just get a show of hands from people in terms of what network they came through? Because we've done dual promotion. Me and Reza run London Entrepreneurs Network, but Dwight, where are you? Dwight, right at the back. Dwight runs 4BN, and Dwight's been helping us as well. So can I see who came from London Entrepreneurs Network on Meetup? Just a show of hands. Okay, cool. And who came through from 4BN? Great. And who just wandered in off the street? Fantastic. I normally forget a few things, so excuse me if I look down there just to make sure that I've done everything right. After our speakers have come on board and inspired us, we normally have a 30-second pitch or speech or sales, whatever you want to call it, for you guys to come here and tell us what you want, what you're looking for, what you've got to offer, so that when we break out into networking session, tonight's been worth it for you to come. Because when you come to networking events, sometimes you go away and you can't find anyone. You think you've wasted your time because you put your time and energy to come here in the evening and to meet people. So what we want to do is give you the chance to come on stage and just say, hey, I'm me, I sell X, I sell Y, I'm interested in Z, come and see me. So that's the rundown. Our next event is next week on the 25th. Dwight's got one on the 26th as well. Is that right? 26th? 25th. Yeah, right. Sorry. And one thing that a lot of people don't ask, if you like what we do, on the meetup on the left-hand side, there's a review. Please review us, give us positive or negative feedback. All feedback is welcome. Because if you don't tell us what we're doing right and what we're doing wrong, we'll just carry on doing what we're doing. And the meetup group is made up from you guys. That's a wrap up of me yabbering on. Reza, do you want to add anything? Nope. Okay, what we'll do is we'll get the evening started. If we could welcome John.
Splendid. Hello, good afternoon, guys. Hope you had safe travels in. Well, today I'm going to be speaking about raising capital via VC. Or you guys can hear me okay? There's no point in using that. Not really fair. Like having 3 hands. Speaking about the best ways of basically raising capital as a business owner and a small SME, and also a startup entrepreneur as well. So I can give you a little bit of background about myself. I'm the managing director, and one of the directors of Anything Capital. We are a boutique investment company. We specialise in corporate finance and private equity within small tech companies. We actually got offices not far from here in Bank and also in Belgravia. Now you're probably asking yourself, why in the world am I here today speaking to you guys if I work in finance and not in tech? Reason being is we're at the final stages of setting up one of our new funds to invest in financial technology. So if there's any guys here looking for money, we want to speak to you. So today, what should you focus on? When raising capital, you should focus on 2 things. One being, what type of money are you looking for? Are you looking for loan capital, or are you looking for equity? On top of that as well, where is the money coming from? Is it coming from VCs, or is it coming from angel investors? Now, from our experience, what we've done, and when we were raising capital for our business, we've only been running for the last 7 months or so, is business angels or angel investors normally look for small deals. So they're looking to invest anywhere between 50 to 1 million pounds. Well, VC guys won't get out of bed for anything less than 2 million pounds. So really understand who you're trying to target when raising capital. On top of that as well, what I would say is very important is if you're a pre-revenue business, don't go to a venture capital, a venture capital investor. Reason being, their investment process before allocating capital is extremely rigorous. And if you go to them, say, I'm a pre-revenue business looking to raise £1 million for my startup, they're going to tell you, you're a nice guy or girl, but come to us in 2 years' time when it's tried and tested. So don't waste their time and don't waste your time. So look for smaller amounts, 10, 20,000 pounds. It doesn't cost that much to set up a tech company in some sectors. So just be aware of that when you're looking for money. So like I said, our business has been running for the last 7 months. Yes, we've been lucky to have around 16 million under management because we had prior clients before we set up. But we spoke to hundreds of investors before setting up our company, hundreds, and only got meetings with actually 4 of them. And what got them interested, to be honest with you, is we were able to explain our business straight away. What problem we were solving in the markets and how we were looking to capitalize on that within 2 minutes. The feedback we got from some of these investors and the guys who are backing us at the moment, Linear, is that they speak to loads of business owners and they can't actually convey, what it is that their business does. We had a similar situation that we had to a couple of months ago. There was a business owner in America. He wanted funding from us to invest in his business. He did, I think it was around clean tech if I'm correct. And 100-page business plan, the best business plan I've ever seen in my freaking life. Back to front, I read it, I think 4 or 5 times because it was that good, but I didn't understand what the business did. It took around 4 conference calls and 2 meetings to actually just go through the ins and outs of what the bottom line was, how they made money, and all of that stuff. So what I would recommend doing when you're looking for funding is have a concise business plan, 20, 30 pages, and emphasize rigorously on your executive summary, because that's hypothetically all the investor's really going to read. Off topic, I would say find a lead investor when you look for investment. So that's an individual who may only give you 50 to 500,000 pounds to invest in your business, but he has access to larger capital base through his contacts. The reason being is when you're once you find investment for your company, it's very hard then for second round funding to then look for more money while you're running your business and trying to raise capital. It's very difficult to juggle both. So I would say find a lead investor who is able to help you with second and third round funding when moving forward. So when you're when you've got the investor and he actually wants to give you money, which is hard, once you get past that stage, what normally kills deals, it's killed deals for us in the past, is valuation. So when you go to a prospective investor to give you money, ask him what he's willing to pay for your business if you're pre-revenue. If you're not happy with what he offers you, then say, okay, that's fine. I'm happy with what you said. I'm going to go back and speak to other investors who have invested in businesses in the past and ask them what they would be willing to invest in your business, and go back to them and negotiate. Realistically, if you're pre-revenue business, it's very difficult trying to value potential revenue and initial investment. So ask them. If not, if you believe your business is worth 1.5 million and you can justify that with a £500,000 investment for 10-20%, you have to look where the value is. Is it in your management team? Is it in your IP, your patent? You need to justify exactly why they should be paying 20% for your business. But once you get past the valuation stage, this is where the money is. Now, when Invest in you, we were quite lucky that just out of mistake, we decided to do this, a due diligence package, right? So what this DD package enabled us to do was to increase that vote of confidence into the investors, showing that we were actually extremely professional. They knew this was the first time we've actually ran a business. Don't know if you guys can tell, I'm quite young. So they were extremely impressed when we brought this DD package. So what we had in our DD package, and I would recommend this to you guys as well, obviously your business plan, that's a no-brainer. Contracts for your employees. So if you have a fantastic management team and they've come from extremely successful companies and they want to work for you, some type of letter of intent to say that they'll work for you. If you have potential clients that want to be part of your company or want to use your service, once it's up and running, get a letter of intent as well from them, which all just supports why this investor should be investing in you. Funding model as well. When we were looking at a company today, and we agreed on this today, attractive funding model, I would say, and what helped us raise finance, is when you speak to an investor, try and have a milestone agreement. So take 10 to 20% of the initial investment to focus on your working capital, your office expenses, marketing, whatever, and then have milestone agreements. It might be based on sales or any other metric that you decide to agree with each other. On a 18-month basis, within an 18-month period, Now, what I would say is, I stress, if you decide to go down that route, ensure that the amount that you've raised is enough for a year or a year and a half. Reason being, it's very difficult, again, to get back on the road and start raising capital if you run out of money. Now, another thing, and I've seen a lot of talks, but no one ever doesn't really stress about the exit strategy. When writing your business plan, and also when you have a discussion with loads of investors, focus on your exit strategy. So what I would say is look at similar businesses in your sector with similar corporate structures, similar product offering, and or service offering, depending on what you do, and look at how they achieve success and who they sold to, and then explain to the investor why you believe you can achieve similar success. Now, one, that will show the investor that you're thinking in the right way. And two, what they'll show the investor is how you're going to run your business to get to that end goal. So you're speaking the same languages. Off topic again, no surprises. That means when you speak to an investor, when you do speak to an investor, he understands that you may have borrowed money left, right and center to get to where you are now in front of him. So if you have any personal liabilities that any loans from friends or credit cards or whatever to get you to that stage where your business is running at least, let him know. He understands. He will understand. Let him know. Or if you have any legal issues or whatever, let him know, because the fact is, if he finds, or he or she finds out at a later date, they will leave. So inform them, let them know, be honest. It's very important. Okay, deal killers. High salaries. I hear people sniggering at that. When you're an entrepreneur, you guys know this already, but you'll be surprised. Some people are a bit deluded with this. An investor knows that if you're in the marketplace and you've got a good track record, a good CV, your market value might be £100,000, and you might try and justify and say, based on that, I might take a 30% deduction, and that's what I'm going to do as an entrepreneur. the investor will tell you to bog off realistically. As an entrepreneur, your equity stake is your salary, all right? And if there is space within the investment to pay yourself a salary, investors are normally happy with anywhere between £30,000 to £40,000 as a salary base. So I would say if you're going to have a salary, no more than that. Surprises, I've already said that, so I'm not going to go into that. Fees. So I don't know people's businesses here, but if your business requires you to, to speak to lawyers, so you have to seek legal counsel for, some things that are important to your business. What I would say is, speak to the investor, tell them that this is important, right? And ask him to look within his power base to negotiate good rates with his lawyer or lawyers that he knows. Because investor, if he sees that 10 to 20% of his initial investment is going to legal fees or any fees in general, business finder fees, he's going to cease doing business with you or potentially invest in your product. Oh, sorry, product. I mean, in your business. And this is just a personal one before I finish. I hate the word conservative in everything that I do, whether that's speaking to my clients, whether that's speaking to you guys now. Don't tell an investor, oh, these are conservative figures, because realistically, he's going to change your business and your financial projections every 20 seconds before he actually, puts money to you. So all he's really looking for is a good team that have a dream, but more importantly, can actually manage the working capital. If you can show that you can manage working capital, then that's half of the battle done. So these are my details if you wish to contact me. If you are in the financial technology space and require investment, feel free to contact us. We are open to look at businesses. And yeah, that's all my contact details. Any questions? You want
Go back.
Oh, sorry, I'll leave that out. Sorry, guys. Yeah, that's my talk done. So, any questions? Yeah, go for it.
What's the amount you'll invest?
What's your name, by the way?
It's Abhi.
Abby, nice to meet you, Abby. How much you invest? Well, like I said, we have 60 million under management as of such. We're looking to invest anywhere between 50 to 500,000 pounds into a business that makes sense to us. Any more questions? Right at the back. Well, Jose at the beginning asked me the same question. Because of our advisory board, who helped us raise the capital in the first place, we have a requirement to invest in that space, if that makes sense. However, we do have good contacts with other business angels within the tech space that we could obviously refer you to, and I'm more than happy to make that referral on that basis. Anyone else? Okay, all right. That's it. Go for it.
Right, next up we got Jose. Jose runs PIC Events. Jose is actually based out of this place. As you came in, you guys might have seen PIC Events. So Jose is actually based in the bakery. You good?
Yes.
Okay.
Nice. Well, good evening, everyone. Just be ready for a strong Spanish accent. Okay, so if someone doesn't understand anything, it's my fault. So just raise your hands. Okay. What I'm going to talk about is how we built a team of 8 people, and really without almost any money, and really we have, and really coming from 2 co-founders that we were not tech guys and we were not really programmers, and how we built the team. Just to give you some background, what we have built is like LinkedIn, the LinkedIn version for events. Yes, if you imagine on LinkedIn that you could create an event and then see who is attending, really see their whole profile, message people, engage them with Q&As, and then see the speakers and connect with the speakers as well. Many of you probably will think, okay, probably that's Meetup, but if you think about business schools, universities, professional associations, medium and large event organizers don't really use Meetup. Meetup is more for groups. So we have really a different target niche. So really how we started is why we started this. My business partner and I, we've been working and living also in Spain, in the UK, in over 2 years in China, Germany, Finland, and all these places that we've been, we needed to start a network. And the thing is, when you come to this type of events, really you are not going to have the opportunity to meet more than 8 people today. And the thing is these people are they're relevant to you to meet? And what about if I could meet them afterwards or even before to really schedule some catch-ups? So then we thought, okay, just build this platform for the networking and the learning. So how we started? We started in this idea that there is no an aggregator of professional events, and then we built it with we just outsourced it, and we spent nothing like £1,000, £2,000 with a developer in Spain. Then we applied for a Silicon Valley accelerator, and then we got with this idea between the 19 out of over 100 projects. So then everyone said, okay, don't quit your job. Okay, you didn't get in. Okay, but we thought, we really met each other. I know you don't know what I mean, but the thing is, all our family members have their own businesses, and we were the only corporate guys. And what I have built is very difficult to find a co-founder, someone that you really think, I really can build something really great with this person. So then even we knew that it was not the right moment, because it was too soon, but we quit our jobs anyway. So then we spent more money from our savings to build the MVP. Then the same, we applied for several accelerators. We didn't get in because we didn't have the in-house team. But we got some validation and some traction. Then we launched, then we had some traction, but it was not viral. And then is when we realized we need to create a tool for event organizers to use it, and then they invite the attendees, and they will invite the speakers, okay? And with that concept, what is the one that we have built, is when we got, again, to several final of accelerators. And, okay, we didn't get in, but because we didn't have the team, but then what we were targeting is lots of CTOs and UX designers, front-end, back-ends. And this is the thing, all around Europe, people in the tech city are looking for recruiting people in the tech city. And then this is a big competitor, but even just look at out of London. There are lots of talent, universities, business schools, freelancers, that they will kill to come to work for a startup in London. So what we did is look at out of London, mainly UK, but all around Europe. And then we got a CTO who raised some around $500,000 in a previous startup, and then he exited only with equity, because we didn't have money to pay salaries, and he quit his job. A UX designer from a media agency in Italy, he quit his job and came with us without salary again. And we did kind of different, because we were not spamming people. We contact like hundreds of people, could say really honestly like 500, 600 people, really were like personal emails. And we know like very sales email. We were sending like almost 2 pages email explaining who we are, what are our values, what really we're trying to achieve. So we were really looking for people that were entrepreneurs from one side, okay, and adventurous as well, to have some. This is the thing, we want someone who is passionate. We're not looking for someone that was looking for a job in London. So then we say, okay, so then read the whole email, basically. And from there, really, when we recruited the team, then in a few weeks is when we got some money, how really John said, 27,000 from some friends. really, now we call them friends, but they were more friends of friends, and more like high executives, quite wealthy people, and they say, okay, I give you like £6,000, and then give it a try, and I will help you as well with contacts. And what we did is, because London is so expensive, part of the team, we were here in London, here at the bakery, and 4 in Spain. And because we didn't have, we just paid for accommodation, food, and some cash for entertainment. What we did is, okay, we need to bring these top people in a really nice way, in a nice place. So what we did is in Valencia, in Spain. How many have you been in Valencia, in Spain? Okay, cool. So there is like a city of arts, what is 1.6 billion investment, okay? And then we rented the 24th floor of the tallest building in Valencia. So they are working every day with sun. We have a private pool, they have private gym, they have the beach just 10 minutes with a bike. So they are having really a ball. I'm the one that is enjoying London. And then now is when we launch in November the private site. Now we have over 200 event organizers, like the likes of London Business School, Dale Carnegie Training. We secure our first large conference for almost 3,000 people. And then really, last week we launched the beta site, and we saw a growth just this week of 50% in 1 week. And really on Thursday is our official launch party, and then it's when we are going to start with all the PR. So really it's now when we are going to start the growth. But the metrics are quite really good, because for us really the user acquisition is not difficult, because at the end it's really the event organizer who is inviting, and this was the big pivot. Any questions? That's good, everything was clear. Everyone understood me.
One question. Do you have any discovery algorithms in your website?
That's the thing, because our goal is not to help people to find events. What we do is we have an algorithm that then will recommend you, depending on your location, industry, and interest, and we have different ways to track as well when you change your interest. Yeah. So then we recommend what are really the best events, but the thing is, who are the event organizers that you should follow? What are the top speakers? But who are really the most connected of the connected people that you should meet? And then everyone, event organizers, speakers, yourself, you can get followers. So if you are a person that are well connected, you have more followers. So then you can increase your own reputation as well. Now we are talking with the Professional Speaking Association, and for them it's great because it's really a reputation profile as well, and grow their own speakers, a community that is truly interested on listening about them. It's not like Twitter, that is really there. It's a different kind of community. And they get reviews, that's the thing as well. So event organizers and speakers, so then the idea is not spam people or do like promotions. The thing is that we are going to recommend really the best speakers, the best event organizers that you really review yourself. Anyone else? You can find me on Peak Event, without the S, peakevent.com.
Thank you, Shweta.
Thank you, Reza and Taz, for inviting me over as a speaker, and I'm really hoping that I will be able to add some value in the next few minutes with you all. And are you okay to work along with me in the next few minutes? Yeah. So just a little bit of participation and involvement would be really appreciated. Just a few questions to begin with. How long does it take for a dentist to become a qualified dentist? Roughly? 6 years. Okay. 10 years. Yeah. Accountant. Qualified accountant?
Forever.
4 years, lifetime. I agree. Electrician, to be a qualified electrician.
6 weeks.
6 weeks? Yeah, okay. How long does it take to become an entrepreneur, a business owner? To be called a business owner, entrepreneur, yeah? How long does it take?
It's a lifetime.
4 minutes. You register your company and hey, presto, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a business owner, feels good. Let me give you some more stats. 167 businesses would have gone under by the time you would be home tonight. Just in today's day, 167 businesses would have gone under by the time you would go back home tonight. It's not my stats, it's stats from Office of National Statistics. If there are 100 businesses which start up, guess how many businesses mark their 10th anniversary? 4. 4. 20 businesses mark their 5th anniversary and 4 businesses mark their 10th anniversary. It's not my stats, it's a proven, studied, researched thing. There was another study that was done by a company called Intuit and said, actually, why 167 businesses are going under? That's a big number. And if you just think about it, there's a huge implication in terms of businesses, team members, families that get impacted, because there's a lot of hard work, passion that goes into starting a business. I'm sure each one of you are aware of that. So what do you think? What are some of the top reasons that so many companies go under in just one day I'm talking about? What do you reckon? What's the number one reason?
Cash flow.
Cash flow, okay. Give me a couple of other reasons.
Belief.
Belief, okay.
Lack of team.
Lack of team. Number one reason, lack of understanding of numbers and the application of that understanding in the business. Number one reason, lack of understanding of numbers. The fact is, business does not speak Mandarin, English, or any other love language or passionate language. It speaks what? It speaks numbers. So what I'm really trying to do today in the next few minutes is to help you have some framework to look at your business in a very objective way through number lens, because passion, I'm assuming each one of us, we're sitting with a huge amount of passion. But what's really required along with that, to actually ask ourselves a very honest question saying, if this is a profession, if being a business owner is a profession, then how professional am I? How much have I invested in really learning, understanding the language of this animal which is sitting in front of me? And that's what we're talking about, because the stats that I've just mentioned in the beginning, I'm sorry, I'm being very blunt here, but people sitting in this room, including myself, we are part of that stats. That's the fact. It's not some outside world conversation that's happening. What gives me the confidence of standing here and talking about this subject, or actually telling you how to have a really solid bottom line and a good top line? Just literally 30 seconds, hopefully. I'm a co-owner and principal coach with Europe's largest coaching firm. Before this, I was with a company called Unilever for 8 years, and my last role was global marketing manager based out of Blackfriars office. Before that, I did my MBA and I studied economics. That's my background. Our firm has been in the business for the last 6 years. We still have to mark our 10th anniversary. Yes, it's number one, our clients on an average grow in the range of 30% to 50%. And I'm not just talking about startups, I'm talking about businesses from 1 million to 20 million size and across sectors. So when I'm standing here and talking about it, I'm not giving you some bookish language or some bookish concept. I'm giving you a framework that gets applied day in and day out with established new businesses and really help them grow and grow them solid. That's the whole purpose. Anybody interested in growing? Oh, super, thank you. I'm talking to the right people. Great, so let's get cracking. Try to make mental notes or actual notes if you want to, but this is quite a helpful thing. How many of you know that Ford and Jaguar, it has got the same chassis? Brilliant, it does. Ford and Jaguar, two different cars altogether, targeting different markets, they've got the same chassis. Each one of us sitting in the room, each one of us, including myself, all the corporates out there in the city, all the startups, established businesses, we have all got the same chassis, same fundamental. What we build on top of that is a different story altogether. Every big business out there was a small business, was a startup one fine day. And now they're big for a reason. So let's talk about the framework. Let's look at the chassis. Now, can you look at this equation and give me a quick response as to why we have highlighted those 3 items in red? Number of customers, turnover, and profits.
Those represent important numbers.
Yeah, they're very important, absolutely. Brilliant. What else?
basically calculate the entire business financial performance with a few simple numbers on one slide.
Right, okay. Just very quickly, your P&L starts at this level, turnover, right? Your P&L starts with sales, revenue, yeah? And then you look at the overall margin, variable costs and all that bit, and you get your profit level, whether it's gross profit or net profit. We can discuss that later on. The point is, and I'm just making it in a certain way so that you get the impact. These three figures are important only up to a point, and after that, actually, they're not important at all. And the interesting bit is, most of the business owners, including yourselves, you focus generally on saying, how do I increase my sales? How do I increase my profit, right? That's the main question. This is my target, what do I do? But the point is, if in this equation you have a look, there is something called equal sign in front of these three items. Do you see that? So what does that mean if there is an equal sign? It's an outcome, right? You really cannot impact it. It's an outcome. To impact that, to get more sales and more profit, we actually have to impact these elements, these 5 levers. So let's study this. Number of leads, which is where more or less where marketing stops in a very generic sense. Number of leads that you're getting in your business times how many you're converting determines how many customers you have. So if you're looking at getting more customers, it's about getting more leads and getting a better conversion rate. When you have your customers, you're looking at how many times these customers transact with me. What is the loyalty? What is the frequency of transaction? And every time they transact, what is the average value? How much do they spend? If you decide to be a cheap player in the market, they're spending less with you. If you decide to be a premium player, every time they transact with you, they pay you a good price. When you multiply these 4 elements, these basically 4 levers, that determines your turnover, whether you'll be hitting your turnover targets or you'll be missing it. And when you multiply the margins, which is the percentage, what money you make from every sale, that gives you your profits. So actually, if there are some areas to focus on in your business, they're basically these 5 areas. And I want you to, and I know there are lots of startups or people thinking to get into business. Some are there as young entrepreneurs and some are seasoned people sitting here. It's relevant to each one of you. Each one of you. And people who are about to get into business, it's a great place to start and start planning, as John, you mentioned. Start looking at these figures. Now, just in terms of the sequencing to help you, how would you, I've already given you the first answer. The first thing you need to look at in your business is to actually look at the margin. First thing, there's no point in just marketing. Check whether you're operating at the right margin or not. What do you think is the second thing that you need to focus on out of these 5 levers? Easy thing to do and sensible thing to do. Number of transactions? Okay, any other thoughts?
Number of leads.
Okay, guys, it's conversion rate. If there are people in the room who already are getting inquiries and leads, please check what's your conversion rate. Check for each vertical of the verticals in your business. Check if you have got salespeople in your team. What is the conversion rate that you're getting? There's no point in filling the bathtub if it has got multiple leaks, right? Why should I be wasting money? What's the third thing? What would you focus on? Third thing?
Number of transactions.
Average pound value. Easy one. You go to McDonald's. Would you like to have fries? Or would you want to go large, right? Supersize. What are they doing? That one question for that company takes care of its annual growth rate of that billion-dollar company. That one question. So what is your average pound value? What strategies do you have in place to not just sell one product or one service, but actually upsell or cross-sell? Then the fourth thing you're looking at is number of transactions, which is the whole loyalty side of it. What communication? How are you capturing people's mind share to capture their wallet share? That's the reality of the market. So what kind of strategies you have in place to actually ensure that people keep coming back to you, because there's no point in having a huge attrition and then actually saying, let me market more, let me try to fill my bathtub yet. And the last bit is number of leads. But for a startup, for somebody who's getting fresh into this, obviously this is very, very critical. But again, remember the sequence for the remaining 4 levers. Does that make sense, team, so far?
Yeah.
Yeah? Brilliant. Okay, let me just show you a quick example. We'll play with some numbers. This is not a play, actually. It's a case study. So you will see some stuff happening here. Just to simplify, I've kept numbers very easy. Have a look at this. 1,000 leads this business gets, converts 25% of it, has 250 customers. Each customer comes to this business twice in a year. Every time they come, they spend around £500. The size of the business is 1,000 times 25%, which is 250 times 2 times 500 gives you around 250,000 size business, right? This $250,000 size business is operating at 25% margin. Gives you a profit of 62,500. Pretty straightforward? Make sense? Okay, I don't want you to be reading this, but this is just to give you a sense that the number of strategies which are there for lead generation, there are 60 strategies, there are 58 strategies for conversion, there are 50 strategies for average pound value, and there are 49 strategies for transaction and 65 strategies for profit margin. Do we need all of that for our business? No, we need solid 3 or 4 strategies in each of those levers to make that impact, which is exactly what we do with our clients. And we together identify which strategies make a lot of sense, and that's what requires. Can I safely assume that with those many strategies, if I have reasonable gray cells, I, along with the client, will be able to have at least 10% increase in all of those levers? Yeah, it's pretty conservative, yeah? So, looking at this 10% increase, look at this. So this becomes 1,100. 25% does not become 35%. It's near 27.5, and I love this bit. There's so much of gold mine sitting here. Transactions from 2 to 2.2, so a little bit more, retention. Average pound value from 500 to 550. Each one of my clients have taken up their prices for the last 2 to 3 years continuously. They have upselling and cross-selling, bundling strategies, all kinds of stuff you can think of. This is lovely. Margin, if you take prices up, this goes up, and this goes up. It's a double impact stuff. So look at this business now. 10% increase across levers, and you don't have to have 10% increase across all 5. In your business, you might decide to just focus on a couple of levers and then get the impact there. What's happening to the turnover and profits? What do you see here? What do you think? What's the increase we're talking about? That's 46% increase in turnover and 61% increase in profit. And I'll just show you, I'm not going to go through details, but this is what one of the business was, around 650,000 turnover, 150,000 gross profit levels in 2011, consistently declining. We started working together in 1 year's time frame. From 650, it went up to 1.2 million, and GP went up from 150 to 460,000, simply applying this framework. You're looking at another business. This is roofing business, and so-called, look at the years. This is all recession from 2008 onwards. The business was stagnant, just not moving. The guy was getting bored. Yeah, this was, we're talking about around 4.9 million where the business was sitting. Started working here. We still don't have the final accounts for 2013, but 2012, the business was at 10.8 from 4.9 million. It just more than doubled. And the guy's actually enjoying his life a lot more with amazing GPI. He's mostly skiing or in all interesting places. So this is something practical. I'm not giving you some, hey, this is very number jargony stuff. This is exactly how your business operates or will operate. The question here is, what does the 61% more profit in your business year on year would mean to you? And that's a very relevant question. And in your mind, you need to think it through, saying, in the next 12 months, what kind of growth do I want to see in my business? And then ask yourself, so actually have a figure in your mind, okay? What kind of growth do you want to see in your business in the next 12 months? You don't have to share it with anyone. Just have that figure. I'll ask you another question. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being very high and 1 being, how confident you are of achieving that figure? And it's a very honest response to yourself. It's easy to be honest to others than to yourself. So just give a very honest answer there. And what I'm really hoping is that this framework, because of the limit in time, this framework has helped you or will help you to, whatever rating you gave to yourself, to move up a couple of notches there, saying, yeah, if it's 7, it's 8 now, or it's 7.5. So I really hope you'll go back and look at your figures. The first thing is, in your planning, those figures should operate, should feature, and if you're already in the business, then make sure that you measure those figures. Next steps, the whole idea is to add value, and I'm really hoping you've picked up some or the other nugget. As a next step, if you feel that you need some material to learn a little bit more about how to actually test and measure which marketing strategies should we be focusing on, or what kind of loyalty strategies should I have in my business, or what kind of sales letters I should be framing to actually get a positive impact from those letters, what you just need to do, guys, you just need to give me your card, hand over your card to me, and my team will be very happy to email you this material. Very, very happy to do that, not a problem at all. And I hope you will find value. There are also details there, our contact details. There is a blog, and every week we do write some hopefully very useful articles. And also there's a Twitter, so if you could follow us on that, that'll be very much appreciated. I hope you found it useful, and happy implementation, because it's all about taking actions and not just knowing concepts. That's what matters. Thank you so much.
Computer. How does that? Should I just hold it?
Just hold it.
Do you want me to start? Okay. Yeah, it's fine. Do you want me to stay here?
By the way, guys, we're live streaming this on YouTube, and we're also recording. So if you missed anything, I'll send the link out tomorrow by email. You get it, and I'll send out the details for all the speakers as well. Okay, and this is Olivia. She's going to speak to us about reputation marketing.
So hello everybody. My name is Olivia. So before I start, I would like to apologize in advance for my French accent. Same thing. If there's anything you don't understand, raise your hand. You can also interrupt me in the middle of what I'm saying. I don't mind if you're being rude. It's fine. So today I'm going to talk about reputation. Does anybody of you knows what it means for a company, for example?
Like years to build and a moment to lose.
Exactly. But in terms of content, what does that mean? Does anybody knows? Yeah?
See, basically all the big companies nowadays, they are monitoring their positive comments, negative comments, balancing it out.
Yeah.
And very often basically I've seen that some very strong comments can make a sharp drop in some of the sales of the big companies. Even.
Exactly. So I have a simple question for you, and I want you to put yourself in the position of an actual customer rather than a business owner, okay? So, you know, all things being equal, you have 3 services. So let's say we're talking about dentists. Why? Because it costs a lot of money, because no one is a millionaire nowadays, life is hard, and so we are spending our money for something very important for us, that's our health, teeth. So it's the same for every service-based business like hairdresser or whatever. You have 3 services, equal prices, and they offer the same product, okay? And you go and Google the business online. How many of you Google businesses online every day? That's a lot of people. We all do it, right? So out of those 3 services, the first service, so again, it's the same thing, they offer the same product. The first business has 3 full good reviews and 2 bad reviews. The second business has no reviews, and the third business has 6 5-star reviews. Which one would you go for?
5-star.
5-star reviews, right? Why? Because it has more authority, and you know what you're getting yourself into, right? So, sorry, I got a Mac, so I have to manually do this. So your reputation is everything. So, you know, I've been doing marketing for a while now, but what I've noticed is a little shift in the last couple of years or so, where customers' habit and the way you communicate with the business now is completely different, has changed. You have more power now that you used to have, or you're more aware of the power that you have now, rather. So you have now a voice, and you can share it online through social media, through, you know, review sites. And as we were talking about, every time you launch a business, most people now, we have that system where you can go out there and review their business, right? So your reputation is now absolutely fundamental. So the online marketing games has just changed, and nobody's even nobody yet. I talk about a lot of business owners that actually don't realize this, that they get Googled every day, and it doesn't matter if you are actually looking for their business or not, because sometimes you're just looking for direction, right? I mean, you go into a restaurant, let's say you don't look at reviews, just want to eat somewhere, well, you're going to type the name of the restaurant and the city you're in, just for direction. But there is a big, so I'm going to go through that later. But there is the big difference now is that you're naked in front of everyone. If you type your company name and the city you're in, if you're geo-targeted, Google Place is going to, it's going to merge with your business. So your reputation is going to be, you're naked in front of the entire world now. So, does anybody heard about reputation management? It's a bit different, yeah?
I think almost every big company is into it.
Exactly, but the thing with reputation management is not for everybody. Okay, so first of all, you have to have capital to invest in reputation management. It's very expensive, and it's a very defensive approach to marketing. Basically, you're not, you are putting good content out there, but how does it actually convert into customers? Everybody's talking about conversion, but the quality of the leads that you're getting through your business, it's also very important, right? So what we found is that reputation management is obsolete for certain type of businesses, especially if you are a small business to medium business, and if you're geo-targeted. Yes, we can get rid of the bad content, but how does that make you money at the end of the day, right? So you make money, you don't make money managing something, you make money marketing it, right? So there's 4 big game changers that change since, I've noticed that since I've been working in marketing. So now there's 80 million Google Plus pages that merge with each company's website and review their reputation. So does everybody has a website here? Which one of you has their page merged with Google Plus and people can leave reviews? You don't want to do that, right? How many of you have that? Right. So this is a big shift now, is that everybody can now review your business. Now, I talked to a nice plumber that was like 2 weeks ago or something like that. Very old man, very nice, very sweet. And this man, he's a plumber, so service-based business. He has no website, right? He doesn't know about internet. So I called him out and I said, did you know that you have a bad, if I Google your company, you actually show up? He was like, it's impossible. I don't have internet. I don't believe in the internet. I'm not on the internet. Now, how much control do you think you have over what has been said about you online? Zero. I could go tomorrow and list you on Google+. I could go and list you on Yelp. I could go and list you on Yelp. It's not illegal. I can do that if I'm angry enough. Now, when do you actually, for example, if a business has never been reviewed, right? Never been reviewed. Because we all sheep, we like to follow. So when there's overdue reviews, we're going to go and leave reviews because everybody's doing it. If it's a new business, when are you going to leave reviews? There's 2 cases there. The first case is if you're really happy. And I mean really happy. Because now we're leaving the free kind of business thing category. Like, so everything that is free is not good enough. You go on YouTube, you get tons of information for free. You have people sitting there making amazing videos for you, and yet people complain because we expect perfection. This is the way it works, right? You are a business, you are supposed to deliver. That's it. So you have to have an exceptional kind of service to actually go out of your way and leave a review. When's the last time you left a review? A good review, not a bad review, good review. Yeah, you leave a review if you have a reason, because you know the person, because you want to help the business, or you have an amazing experience. When do you leave a review? 2 minutes? All right. When do you leave a review in other cases? When you have a really bad experience. And you have no problem to do that and be the first to do that, because you want to help people, okay? So this is the first marketing shift. The second one is, so I'm going to go a bit quicker. So that now, no matter, and I'm pretty sure there's a lot of marketers here or people who do marketing online. Reviews are everywhere now. I don't care if you're doing SEO, if you're doing PPC, if you're doing maps marketing, you know, your reviews appear everywhere. You need to have them now to compete with your competitors. So let's say that you're paying for marketing, you're paying for SEO, you're on the first page of Google. Does everybody know what the maps is? You know what that is, right? Do you think that, I don't care if you like, do you think if you're here and the map is here, you have reviews everywhere, who is competing now? Who are you attracted to immediately? is the map, because there's reviews everywhere, okay? So now reviews are absolutely everywhere in every business. Let me just go a bit quicker. So obviously, if you have any bad content about you online, it's irrelevant now, because if you have bad content, you're actually marketing your bad reviews. So you are basically losing money. So the first step is to build a 5-star reputation. The second step is to market that reputation, right? So, so I just want to throw out there some numbers very quickly. 79% of buyer trust reviews as much as personal recommendation. Would you agree with that? Yeah? So you most of the time follow what the review says online? Scary numbers. Marketing game changer number 4. That works. So this is a proof of one of my clients, but I'm going to pass because I don't have a lot of time. So these are very important numbers, so that's why I'm going to just talk about it very quickly. 92% of people trust recommendation from people they know. 92%, that's huge, right? These are from, this is stats from Nielsen, by the way. 70%, and these are old stats from 2011. So it's probably increased by as we talk right now. 70% of consumer trust actually opinion posted online, so that's social media and directories. And what's very scary is that any other form of advertisement, I mean, there's nothing between 58% and 70%. So it's that much of a gap. So as she was talking about, leads are important, but what really converted customers is usually social proof, right? And it's trust as well. So I'm almost done. So when we're talking about online or offline marketing, where do you think that people get the information the most? Yeah, is everybody doing marketing right now? Paying for some sort of marketing? Any type of marketing?
Internet, I'd say internet.
Internet. So, but the thing is this, right? No matter how you drive traffic to your offer, it doesn't matter. It can be, some of you, I heard that a lot with business owners. I don't believe in marketing. So they do marketing, but they do offline marketing. But the truth is that no matter how they get the information, they will always go and Google your business. This is as simple as it is. So that's what we do. So your reviews are always going to be here and visible for the world to see. So what we do for companies in general, we help you build a 5-star reputation, because the thing is this, as I said, no reputation doesn't convert, but will always convert less than a 5-star reputation, because we're talking about expertise, we're talking about authority, okay? So what we do is we help you build a 5-star reputation. We also monitor your online reputation. That is essential. I don't care how big your business is. You need to know who is saying what about you. And every time it's posted, you need to take care of it immediately. So that's more customer service, but don't let things go bad, because one bad review, trust me, if it's detailed enough, there's names in it, and that happens a lot, it can really, really make things very difficult for you. So we market your reputation everywhere online. So we have a system where we have a filtering system, basically, where it's very difficult for your business, once we take care of it, to get bad reviews. It's very ethical, we don't post bad, post review or whatever. But what we then do is take this image that you have, this authority that you have, this popularity that you have, and then grow it and just share it everywhere, on social media, on your website, everywhere where your customers are. So we promote a positive online presence. So sometimes, if it's possible, we put as many good content as possible about the business. We promote companies with individuals. We grow your authority and expertise, so that is more for the business owner. We like to really put your expertise forward, because you are the face of the business, and we don't usually see a lot of business owners talking to their customers. They're really talking to their customers. We grow your authority and expertise, so that's, again, we market that authority and expertise as well. And the difference is that we have a proactive approach to reputation, because our end goal is for you to make money. This is what it is, to get more customers, to increase customer loyalty. We fix what's broken, so if you have any problem with bad reviews, we'll fix that. We create a reputation culture, so we go as far as getting an online training for your staff, so they know what to do in terms of customer service and the importance of that matter. We facilitate communication, interaction between you and your customers, and this is everything. It's how you communicate with them, your passion, and what you're trying to achieve. This is what's going to convert the customer, and most ways, that's how you're going to keep them with you. And we allow you to build a list in the process because this is the essence of marketing, of course. I mean, you have to have a database and be able to remarket to those people over and over again. I'm done. Any question? Yeah.
How do you measure your success? So, you've got the reputation, you talk about reputation there. How do you measure that?
What do you mean in terms of
So do you measure it in terms of how many 5-star reviews do you get? Do you measure it in terms of people moving up within SEO results?
Yeah, basically reviews kind of encompass everything. So once you start building that popularity, everything else will grow. But the thing is, once you have this big authority, once you have this presence online, it's very hard to beat you. If you have 100 positive reviews, who has that? I mean, but the system that we build allow you to have that consistently. And so the difference between a business that that's no reputation and a business that have a good reputation is the type of customer that you get. You get pre-sold customers. It's less effort to keep them, and it's less effort to sell to them because you're everywhere online. So it's kind of a system that encompasses everything. In that sense, we kind of we don't compete with anybody. We complete any marketing effort that you have.
And do you incentivize the people who...
Yeah, you can do, absolutely, yeah, of course. Anything else? Yeah.
How do you fix bad reputation?
It depends on the situation. So for a problem with directories, does anybody know Yelp? Does anybody know the problem with Yelp? Yeah?
Yeah, I can go on and do a fake review from Yelp.
Yeah, but what's the big problem for entrepreneurs is the filter. Has everybody heard about that bloody filter? To give you a little story, I was working with a dentist, right? And this guy is amazing. He's such a good dentist. So his website, that was his website, right underneath he had that 1-star review on Yelp. So I go on Yelp and I check the review. I called the dentist and said, did you know about that? Yes, I tried everything to get rid of it. I don't even know the person that posted the review. So basically it was a fake review. I checked, if you go to Yelp sometime, if you look on the bottom of the page, and you're going to see filtered review. This dentist has 66 reviews, 65 filtered. 65 5-star reviews filtered, right? Now, this filter, Yelp is becoming a beast. When you're business owners, if you now, each of you go and post a review on Yelp, there's a 90% of chances that this review don't stick at all. Maybe that review will disappear. So, for example, for something like that, it's a lot of money involved to get rid of it, because what we do is get rid of the listing, we get rid of the actual listing underneath your website. We rank it down. Now, for other things like Yelp or Google Plus page, this is a bit easier and a bit more affordable, because what we do is literally help you collect those reviews. We don't do fake reviews, so this review has to be genuine. We like that because it means you have to push yourself a little bit to get those reviews and provide good customer service. So in that case, we increase the number of reviews. And then by doing so, eventually, it outnumbers the number of bad reviews. So eventually, your star ratings start to increase. Yeah.
Another question.
Yeah,
so,
sure.
With the people that you get to review, do they know they're going to get?
Absolutely.
They know that they're going to get an incentive.
No. There's a very gray area here. You cannot ask someone to give you a good review.
Right.
You can't. That's illegal altogether. But you can ask for feedback. Because so what we do, we ask them to fill up a survey. That is a bit different, and you can incentivize people to fill up a survey, right? For you, it's good data, right? Because you know what the customer needs. For the customer, it proves that you're interested, what they think, and then we're the system that then redirect them to post an actual review. Now, obviously, as I said, the bad goes to whatever, and the good goes online, but never incentivize someone to leave you a good review, of course, and we do not support that. But again, our goal, ultimate goal at the end of the day, is that you improve the way you run your business. We're not here to be like, we're going to fix the problem, you can just be as bad as you want, But yeah, any other question? Yeah.
So is the mechanism
Yeah.
that when they give a good review in the survey, you redirect them to the reputation, and if they give you a bad review in the survey,
we redirect them to your business, because obviously you have to deal with your customers. So we redirect them to the person. I mean, we kind of answer the reviews because we don't believe it's good to leave someone angry at that time. So we send them an email apologizing on your behalf, etc. But we do not run your business for you, right? So we will forward the review to you to deal with, or anybody deal with customer service in your company, right? Okay. Any other question?
Olivia, what are your charges basically?
My charges? Well, it depends again. So
we can take that on the network. I think Olivia is going to be very popular in a minute.
It depends. As I said, that's why we created that system that is more for small businesses. If you want to have good kind of content online that ranks, it costs a lot of money, right? I mean, we all know SEO, good SEO. We all know that to rank content, we need to create that content and a couple of websites, which we're talking $3 grand at least per month, right? That's for reverse, we call that reverse SEO. So you rank a ton of site up to remove all the whatever content on the first page of Google. Now, I've created a system where it's not 50 quid a month, it's not 50 quid a month, but it's affordable, and it allows you to not only build a presence for your small business, but to build a good presence for your small business. And I know you already heard, if your personality, because we do work with personalities, is, you know, every press is good press. But for a business, it's not true. Good press is good press. You can't have bad stuff about your business online. So we created a system where it's affordable, it's fun to some extent, and it builds your presence a bit everywhere. So on social media mainly, yeah, and on your website as well. Any other question? Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, just to recap what you said, standing on this,
sure.
Can't be seen others. So what you're saying is that you send surveys out and you direct the good people to complete surveys on reputation managed sites, and the other ones you send back to the business. That's kind of fine for the surveys that you've got that are for the new customers, right? But when customers are previously dissatisfied, is your strategy just to swamp those bad reviews with good ones, or are you actually active in terms of trying to resolve problems post-hoc?
Yeah, but this is one thing though, we don't work with everybody. So if I go on Yelp and I see that you have 100 bad reviews, I'm not going to work with you.
Yeah, but if you've got 95 good reviews and 5 terrible ones, then do you seek to try and find the customers that have had bad reviews and then solve the problem?
No, this is not my responsibility. That's your responsibility. If you're a business owner and you have a bunch of unhappy customers that are unattended and it's still unattended after a certain period of time, there is nothing I can do about that.
So you're only about new reviews, making sure the new reviews...
No, I mean, ideally, we always say to the business owner, I'd rather you, because we put up a system where you can ask for reviews easier, it's easier to ask for reviews, but we said to the business, even if you think that person had a bad experience, ask for them to review you, because you can then get the problem now rather than venting online, right?
Yeah.
But in terms of repairing what's been broken in the past, I can't do that because it's broken. Now, yeah. Anything else?
Olivia and her assistant are here after this event, so if you have any question, you can grab them.
Thank you very much.
Now for the fun part. Basically, we break out into the 30-second promotion. So, you know, if anybody wants to come forward, I know Dwight's itching to come forward, so he's going to be the first person I'll bring over. One thing I forgot to mention in the announcements at the beginning is me and Reza are your connection to this community. So if you guys want to email us with any thoughts, anybody you want to meet, you know, we can actually curate and look into our database and find like-minded people for you. So, you know, if you can't find people this evening, just email me and Reza. You know, earlier on I mentioned a simple point, you know, about business and being alone, and it's a lone journey. We want to make it a collaborative process. You know, London Entrepreneurs Network is about collaboration. And that's the core message that we want to send out. So let's work together to make things happen. I'm going to pass it over to Dwight, who's just sat down. Right, Dwight, you're going to kick off the 30-second promotion. Sure. You know, after you've said your bit. And then please, feel free, I'd like you guys to come over onto this side, onto the left, and then just flow around and just ask what you want, offer what you want. It's a free podium.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I'm sure. Thank you for the 4BN guys for coming on. I'm going to keep this relatively short. I'm sure you get plenty of emails from us on a regular basis.
On the stage, please.
Over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the stage.
Yeah. So just like to just to give you a quick. I've got a couple of quick questions actually for everyone here. First question really is, we're looking at a meeting coming up fairly shortly, but I just want to double check. In terms of people in the room, how many of you would benefit if you could actually get more capital into your business right now? How many people would benefit from that within their business at the moment? No, just capital invested in their company. Yeah. Okay, some of you. Okay, some of you. All right. And if you could actually improve or enhance your marketing or sales strategy right now, how many people would benefit from that at the moment? Okay, quite a few of you. All right. If you could also get advice from people that had created companies and built them up, in some cases actually sold those businesses for 18 million, if you could get advice of these people, how many people would benefit from that type of advice? Okay, a few, all right. Basically, we have a meeting coming up. It's going to be on the 1st of April. Now, some of you, if you're in the 4BN network, you may have already seen this advertised already. For those who haven't, you can check out the 4BN site. A guy called Jonathan Farrell is going to be talking. He's basically created a really great business network and a business mentoring service for entrepreneurs and business owners. In essence, he's actually helped about, I think, over 1,000 businesses overall raise finance, help them with marketing, and helped them with business mentoring as well. And in essence, he's actually also helped create over 1,000 jobs for those entrepreneurs. So he's done a lot of very, very good things for people who are serious about building and developing a company. So this meeting is going to be on the 1st of April. If you want further details, you can check out the 4BN website, or you can check out Taz and Rez's meetup group as well, details on there. If you're not too clear, you can always obviously talk to us afterwards as well. So thank you very much, and whoever's ready to pitch, come on.
I'm hoping my 30 seconds can also be that long. Yeah. Coming from South Africa, we work on Africa time, which means I'll have about an hour. I've pre-prepared this and it's exactly 30 seconds, so here we go. My name is William from Brainstorm Internet Marketing and Web Development. I present one-day WordPress courses that allow you to build and manage your own website and look super professional about it too. At the course, all you need to do is understand how WordPress works, because after the course you get access to a very detailed online step-by-step guide. WordPress is a very robust, user-friendly platform with endless facilities to suit whatever your website strategy is. I've been developing websites for 15 years and presenting courses related to that for 15 years. So you would never need to outsource your web development again. You can really take control. I have some mini leaflets with me that I can give you. So look for the guy with the orange tie. I'm from South Africa. And I've got a special discount for people here tonight. So if you want to learn to build your own site, I'll be at the back there. Thank you.
Hi guys, my name is Anthony Andrews. I'm the co-founder of a company called We Are Parable. We're an experiential events company that help other companies stand out in a very crowded marketplace. by producing events that turn their customers into brand advocates. So what do I mean by that? Essentially, if someone comes to an event, we want them to have a really memorable experience and form an emotional connection with a brand. If they do that, they'll share that memorable experience with their social network, and that will increase the reach of your. That's 30 seconds already. So that will increase the reach, that will increase the brand awareness and recognition.
I do it on purpose so that people come and find you after.
Yes, come and find me. I'm looking for visibility partners and clients, so come and find me. Thanks a lot.
Come on, guys, we're going to get sharper with our elevator pitch, yeah?
Hello everybody, my name is Ollie. I work for a company called Fluency, and we help small businesses establish a digital presence. So if you need advice or help on anything to do with being online, from building a website to SEO to social media, please come and find me. I'd love to chat to you. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Stuart Farmer from Elite Suite. Our particular focus is on providing value-added services to those vendors selling virtual desktops and hosted cloud. What we do is to be able to give them a USP. I'm looking for an equity partner to actually work and grow the business, because it's not going to be conservative, it's going to be huge.
Hi, my name's Rob, and my company Freedom Online Services can build you the most beautiful website you have ever seen. That's all, freedomonlineservices.net. Check out the portfolio.
Hi, my name's Daisy. I'm from London. My business is a bespoke 3D sculptured cake business. My ideal client, does anybody like cake? Yay, perfect. So my ideal client are you guys. Anyone who's planning a party or an event. I specialise in show-stopping cakes. So I'll be the only one walking around in a chef's coat with cake, with a yogurt cake. So come and find me. I'm also offering a free tasting session for anyone that books with me tonight, and 10% off your order. Try not to drop it.
You need a hand.
I'm good. Thank you very much.
Is that an average one or a good one?
This is in between average and good.
Hello, my name is Mansoor Kawar, and I am a qualified accountant and chartered tax advisor. And in answer to earlier speaker, it takes forever to qualify, trust me. So yeah, I normally provide accounting and taxation services to small and medium-sized businesses. And the idea is effectively to become part of your business to help you grow and achieve your results. So if you've got any question, come give me a shout. Thank you.
Hi, I'm William, and I'm a problem solver. I've been in the web development business for almost 2 decades now, and I represent Smarty. Smarty is for a web presence like Red Bull for a party. So if you have a website and struggle for improvements, Smarty is your answer. Smarty is developing a way of delivering web content faster than ever. So just like the other clients, I'm sure you'll be smart enough to choose Smarty.
Hello, my name is Azar, this is my colleague Harsh. We designed a new innovative crowdfunding platform. We focus on investment-based crowdfunding.
Well, I'm going to take more than 30 seconds, I'm really sorry. But crowdfunding, as you all know, is two perspectives. If you see it, one is company and one is investor. I'm going to speak about investor perspective. Basically, how we differentiate ourselves is every person over here has an option in which he has two chances. This option basically gives two chances. These chances are like positive or negative. Positive chances like if you're interested in the company, you invest, right? But if the company is really good that you invest in, you want more of it, we give you the chance to invest more in it. The negative side is when you invest in a company, you always feel there's a doubt. You know, you get a second thought about it. We even give you the chance to change your mind in it. The company's perspective.
Yeah, 10 more seconds. We designed special additional features that will help companies not only to get their funding through our crowdfunding platform, but to also develop further for any type of business.
Small, medium, or large.
Yeah.
And we are currently looking for investors, and that's it.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Andrew. I'm with Triplet, and Triplet is a new platform for artists to publish their musical albums as mobile apps on all popular platforms, where you get not just cover art and music, but also images selected or illustrated by the artist, and texts like stories or story of creation of tracks, so you have more engagement. So we ran a pilot in Russia, and it's got about 100,000 organic installs. People, users love it, artists love it. If you're passionate about music, come talk to me.
Hi, I'm a bit scared public speaking. Hi, my name is Gülperi Balekaite, and I'm representing the really amazing company called Arbon. It's a product-based company, but anyone can do it. Anyone who wants to have fun, puts 1 hour, 2 hours a day, like it's effort-based business. Ladies, gentlemen, it's really easy, it's a lot of fun, it's a big development to yourself, and we traveled to Las Vegas, all of it. If you want to know more, as I said, it's online business, you can do part-time. So if you want to know more how to earn money, working part-time, full-time money, so just come and see me. Sorry, I'm really bad at public speaking.
Good morning, I'm Gordon Pollock. I run a business called The Stuff. We actually do similar to what you do. We come in, report on events like yourself. We're looking for young entrepreneurs to put on our second issue of our magazine. There's no charge if you're a startup. If you're not a startup like accounting or a business, there is a charge if you're interested. I'll be at the back. Come and see me.
Hi, my name is Clemens. I'm a hypnotherapist, so if anyone wants to stop smoking in less than 3 hours, talk to me. I also have my own meetup group every Sunday that is for free. With seminars how you can learn self-hypnosis. Please feel free to come to that as well. What I'm actually looking for at the moment is people who know about list building strategies, because I want to build my list. Thank you very much.
Hi guys, my name is Greg Burke. My company is This Is My Film. My background is in radio. I've been reading the news on radio for quite a few years. Also have my sideline, which is my business, combining radio, which I think is a beautiful and powerful medium, with stunning still photography. I combine the audio, I interview the business owner, the staff, and I find out what makes your business special, and then I take beautiful photos and I combine the two of them to create something called a photo film, which would sit on your website, which you can share on social media. Check out the website, it's thisismyfilm.com, or come and see me.
Hi, my name is Carl Moore. I've just started a business called Revolution, Rule and Evolution, which is all about back-end IT processing, taking data from the web, from wherever you want to do something with it, deliver it elsewhere, based on a set of rules. You don't need coding, you can do it on the web as a cloud platform. If you have, I'm looking for beta customers, sort of launched it last week, so if you're interested and have such a problem, I'll be around.
Hi everybody, my name is Leon. I'm a data analyst. If you want to know more about your customers, your audience, your own business, then have a talk with me. I'll get you to understand your numbers. As one of the previous presenters said, it's what makes businesses fail. I'll make sure you make money.
Hi everyone, my name is Phoebus. I'm a life coach, and before being a coach, I was a lawyer and a financial trader, and I noticed that life coaching was only offered as a perk to the top people in the industries. So what my company is doing is offering life coaching to people who are either starting up or to professionals who haven't made it to the top yet, so they can get there. So if you're interested to find out more, just let me know and we can chat. Thank you.
Hi guys.
My name is Lena and I am a business card-less graphic designer. I recently freelance and I thought maybe some of you clever people with new businesses needed some help with some branding, web design or prints. So please find me in the back and don't forget to bring your cards. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gents. I've got a hotel business in Gatwick. If any of you guys need any accommodation, we're a three-star building. If you do want any airport car parking or anything else, we've got a hotel business in Gatwick Airport. We provide shuttle services as well. I'm going to be a bit cheeky and leave my cards here. If anyone does want it, just pick up from there. My name is Raj. Thank you.
Alright, good evening guys, my name is Matt. I work for a company called Internet Business Consultants. We basically deal with the things that you need, that you know you need to have online, such as websites and video. And we also deal with the things that you may not know that you need to have online, such as all the marketing strategy, the traffic generation systems, email marketing, banner advertising, social media management, all those kind of things there. So if you're looking to get your business popping online, give me a shout later. Also, for anyone who's interested in getting into how to do internet marketing, I can give you some great strategies to do that as well, to do it as a business. Thanks a lot. Cheers.
Hi there guys, just realised I've got someone here with me and we're doing exactly the same business. Who loves coffee? Yeah. Tea. That's it. Just come and see us later on and I'll get some samples as well. And
yeah, I'll get my 30 seconds as well. Yeah, luckily actually, when I saw him and obviously I had to see that the guys that he had on, I said, okay, let me just do it together.
We all as a family.
Kind of to get it down to the point really, obviously my name is Raj, I'm getting 30 soon. And I've done traditional businesses and I've been very successful, proven track record. Anybody here interested in knowing how to make some money, I could be your man. But simply really, we're launching a new brand of healthier coffee into the marketplace. Okay, and we're just looking for individuals, as we know, you guys, to be honest with you, and if you be honest to yourself, the problem is the money, yeah, to be real. So we found out the solution of how to put 5 to 6 figures into your bank very, very quickly. And I believe I will get you the results that you want. That's it.
We got some samples as well.
Free samples for anybody who produce coffee or tea.
Hi there everyone, my name is Hal from London Startup Tech. I make websites and apps for startups. So if you were thinking about getting a CTO, you can get me instead without giving away any of your equity. I can advise you on the technical side of your business and how that affects your model and your business plan. And yeah, you don't have to give anything away to anyone else. I'm going to leave quite soon, so come and grab a business card off me quickly if you're going to. Thanks.
Hi everyone, my name is Alessandra. I'm a coach and a clinical hypnotherapist. Every last Wednesday of the month, I run a clinic together with a colleague of mine in Swiss Cottage, and we help people release stress and anxiety. We do it content-free, so all the details of your situations and problems stay with you, and we don't want your baggage, thank you. One tip I might give you right now is there is a trigger that you have, the back of your head. You've had it since you were a little baby. You can use it to relax anytime you want. You just do this. And just keep your hands there for a good 30 seconds. You'll see the difference. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Rubina, and I'm Chartered Management Accountant. And actually, every business needs a good cash flow and a healthy business. So we give advice on how to minimize the cost and ultimately how to improve the profitability of the company. Our website is www.pyramidpointlimited.co.uk. Thank you.
Hi, my name's Mish. I'm from Luxembourg, and I'm a student. So what the fuck am I doing up here? So basically what we did, we started a company to reverse the recruitment process for students and young graduates. So as we are charging huge and large companies, we wanted to give those packages with a huge visibility for startups for free. So if you want to give the great future that youth should have a guarantee on, please visit me and my partner Afshin, who's just up there.
I feel comfort. I'm Simon, and what I do is I help companies actually excite their audience with kind of thought-provoking messages, and I design communications that actually change their behaviour and buy. But actually what I'm looking for is people, the consultants, coaches. I kind of like partnering and kind of adding value where I can. So if you're doing something in that area and you want to work with someone who's creative and we can make an impact, then let's do it. Thank you.
Well, that's very interesting that me and Simon both made sure we were last. I'm going to speak to you later, Simon. First of all, I've got a question for everyone. Everyone that was listening, or everyone that was presenting, hands up if you were presenting or pitching, if you felt completely relaxed all the way through your pitch. Great. Hands up if you didn't. If you didn't feel relaxed when you were pitching, can you locate the place where you felt the tension? What happened to your breath? Where were you breathing from?
Shallow.
Sorry, shallow breath, breathing into the chest. Good. My name's Sylvia Cohen. I'm a voice coach and I'm a presentation skills coach. So I work with a cross-section of people, corporates, startups, creatives, on their communication skills and their pitches. And the basis of my work is physical. So we look at the physicality of communication. If your body's tense, it affects your breath. If you're not breathing properly, it affects your thought process and your voice. My work brings everything together. And then I add specific technical aspects for people. So for some companies, it would be broadcast media training. For other companies, it would be investor meeting training. Whatever your needs are, I will find them and I will tailor a package specifically for you. So do come and speak to me.
Hi guys, my name is Subodh Gupta. How many of you guys are into the field of SEO? What you're doing for yourself? Anybody? Okay, I will have a detailed session basically next week on 26th over here, where I will be basically going into more practical aspects or more interesting story side. In brief, basically I worked for many agencies, which charges normally around £1,000 to £20,000 for reputation management, for SEO work. And we basically are into the training business, where we teach you all those techniques, all those technical stuff basically in a non-technical way, either in a one-day courses or basically in 1 week, 1 month courses. More information you can, I think, contact with Arch. Thank you very much.
Is that it? If anyone's shy, I can bring the microphone in the back.
One thing I wanted to do was thank a man who's been working really hard all evening, Ray O'Neill from Strip Studio. He's been filming us all evening, standing there and live streaming for us. So big. Also a big thank you to the guys from the bakery. I think Romanos is over in the corner. Hi Romanos. Thank you so much guys for letting us host this event here and for your hospitality. Big hand for Romanos. What we're going to do now is we're going to just break out into the networking session for the next 45 minutes. And then if people want to carry on talking, what we'll do is we'll go down to a sports bar on the corner and carry on conversation till whenever. Thank you for coming down, but we're just going to hang out at the back. Thank you. Hello.